Hello guys, this is YS69501 and welcome to my channel. Well, the comic that gonna display, well, you know, back to the 90s again. This is like a one-shot book that they published back in the 90s. And it's about the story of these two superheroes. Well, not quite superheroes. Yeah, we call them superheroes, but they are not meta-humans. Non-power, well, non-superpower. Yeah, non-superpower superheroes or heroes. Oh, so, and it's between these two companies, between the big two, Marvel and DC, and it is Punisher and Batman #1. Check that out. Here's the front cover and the back cover, and it's done by Dixon, Romita, and GM Jason. And it is Batman Punisher Deadly Nights. I haven't read this book in years, my God. Wow. I'm going to show you the pages on the inside. Neat, huh? I haven't read it in years. We got the Joker here, we got the Punisher and Batman punching each other. While the Joker, some guy that looks like a mummy or something, they're watching the fight. Nice cover. I haven't read it in years. Maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days I will pick it up and read it. Okay, so this is my thoughts and review for the comic books from the past 2 weeks. Last week and before last week. And today's Monday, just one more day to go for Comic Book Wednesday. The best day of the week, of course. Well, I hope that everybody had an excellent weekend and excellent week. In my case, it was like a regular week and regular weekend. Except, well, that the comic books that I read, they were mostly all of them. They were really good. They were really good. Can't complain. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Earth 2, issue number what? Issue number 9. Check that out. I know it's Monday. Well, this is the beginning of the kind of like a new arc, and this is the story where we got Hawker talking with what's his name? He has not a weird name, it's just kind of hard to remember. Let's see, his name is, I forgot his name. Oh yeah, Khalid. Kind of like he has the power to see the future, something like that. So they're just talking about the upcoming combat war. So actually, so he decides to Khalid, he decides like to follow Kid Flash because Kid Flash decides to go to visit his mom. So while they're there, he's standing outside from the distance. The woman from World Army, they're after the Wonders. After that big fight that they had from issue number 1 to issue number 8. So the World Army is chasing members of the Wonders. I don't know why they call it Wonders. They should call it metahumans or superhumans or just super. But that word Wonders, for me, it's like it doesn't fit. I don't know, maybe it's me. I don't know. But whatever. Hey, it's comic book. So, and there's a big fight because they're after the Kid Flash. And while they were fighting and escaping and all that, at the same time, Khalid, he went to save him. And somehow, without Khalid knowing it, or he was teleported, or he did it himself without him knowing it, they were teleported to some other place. Now that other place, well, they were teleported to a realm. So that realm, I'm not sure if that realm is on the same Earth, or they were transported to some other parallel universe, and they get to meet this guy. What's his name? That, by the way, he looks awesome. Nabus. They end up on Nabus' realm, and they get to meet for the first time Wotan. W-O-T-A-N. Wotan. So I guess this is kind of like the beginning of another major punch, kicking, fighting, knock down half the city kind of storyline. So other than that, it was good. I really like it. Actually, I like Earth 2. The thing about Earth 2 is that it's a different universe. I mean, I would say that Earth 2 it's like whatever happens on Earth 2, it stays on Earth 2. It will not affect the rest of the universe. Like on issue number 1, that they just right in the first issue, they killed Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. But on the other books, they're still alive. So I have to say that, you know, it's kind of like it's a different reading. It's not your common. It's like whatever they can do, whatever they want on Earth 2, and it will make sense. You don't have to worry about the other rest of the books, because this kind of like separate thing. He has his own thing. Whatever happens there, stays there. And I really like it. It was really good. It was really good. Not to the point to go, oh yeah, but it was good. Yeah, and I will give it 4.75 out of 5. What the heck, I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 because it was good. Yeah, it was really good. You get to know a little bit of a background of Kid Flash. So it was good. And you get to know what's a little bit of a hint of what's coming in the future of the issues. That there too. It was good. Give it a try. Well, the next one is what everybody's talking about. Batman issue 17, the last issue of Death of a Family. Oh yeah, check that out. Well, what I have to say is that overall the book, it was so good. It was good. Now it left me with sweet and sour taste. Okay, hold on. What I mean by sweet and sour is that the sweet part is that the story ended, which was great. And the sour part was that, well, it didn't end the way I was expecting to end. But the way that it ended, for me, this is my personal opinion. Now, remember, I'm no expert. But if I was expecting a different ending in the sense that somebody will die, I guess everybody was expecting that. But it didn't. And I have to say that although the Joker they were in the cave and he kind of like fall from the cave into the pond of water from a cave waterfall and all that. I have to say that, oh yeah, his body was nowhere to be found, as far as I know. So I have to say that the death of a family, the story's ended yet, but the Joker, he has finished. I mean, this is not the last time that we're gonna hear about the Joker. And the thing is that the Joker, even though he lost, he won the fight. The Joker, he won the fight. Because you remember that one part of the story that he says that Batman should be alone, that he doesn't need the other bad kids and all that. Well, the Joker, he really managed to make Batman to be alone, in a sense, because of that secret that Bruce Wayne had with that card with the Joker's face that appears on his Batcave, and everybody was kind of like disappointed how you can keep secrets from us and all that drama, which was excellent, which I love it. You know, drama in comic books is good, not too much, but just enough. You know, it give the story a little bit of flavor. I know it's comic book, nothing is real, but it makes the superhero act a little bit more real into that fantasy world. I don't know if that makes any sense. But, you know, I mean, drama is good. You know, it's nothing bad there. Like a little bit of comedy is always good too. So, the Joker, he might lose the fight, but he won the war. The Joker, on the end, he came out victorious. Yeah. Because he managed to make everybody distrust Batman. So even though that the Joker lost, he won the fight. Whether the Joker knew or not, apparently the Joker, he didn't know anything. And I believe that the Batman doesn't know anything about the Joker either. I don't think so. And that last thing about on the computer that has the two letters H and A, maybe it can be the initials of first and last name, or just H, as mocking Batman. Say like saying, well, yeah, you found my formula, but it's hot. It's like it's mocking Batman, even though that he disappeared, he's still mocking Batman. And the Joker managed to do what he wants, was to get on everyone's head, especially Batman. I mean, after this, Batman is not going to be the same anymore. He's always going to have the Joker present on his mind, just like the rest of the family. Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, they all going to have Jokers in their mind, but especially more Batman, because he's the father. Kind of. He's the father of the Batman family. So the Joker managed to do what he wanted to do, and it was to destroy Batman. Not physically, but a little bit of mental way. Mentally, he cannot destroy Batman. And what he did with the rest of the family, that when he opened that famous silver platter, he opened up the lid, and you can see every member's face. Everything was a fake, but he managed to get on everybody's head, because when they were all tied up, they have their face covered up with bandages, and everybody felt their face to be numb. So in their mind, they thought that actually the Joker removed their faces. So I have to say that the way that it ended great. The sour, well, nobody dies. But for me, that was the only way to end the story. Was just a big joke for the Batman. I mean, from Joker to the Batman, because that's what Joker wants from the beginning, is to destroy the Batman family in a way on his mind and make Batman to be alone. That's what it is. And I know that he got on everybody's mind on the next issue that I'm going to show you. So overall, Batman 17 that's a 5 out of 5. It left me with a sweet and sour taste, but still it's a 5 out of 5. I mean, some people say that it's better or not from Court of Owls. I have to say, well, the Court of Owls, that was really good because it was like an original story. There were no specific supervillains as we know of the story, so they can do whatever they want to, and they can throw whatever they want on the storyline. Because as far as I know, I never heard about the Court of Owls, or the Talon for that matter. So with Death of a Family, they have to deal with the Joker. With the Joker have rules, in the sense that they cannot change too much, because we are very familiar with the Joker. So, but if the Death of a Family and Court of Owls, one is better than the other, I would say that both are the same. They both are 5 out of 5. But Batman 17, I was not expecting the ending, the way that it ended. And I have to say that other than that Scott Snyder, which is the writer, right? Yep. Scott Snyder, he kept me guessing all the time. What's going to happen next? Do he really knows or he doesn't know? He always kept me guessing all the time, and that's what I like about that storyline. It was so good. And the ending, well, I believe that's the only way that he can end it the right way. Because if he would have ended what we were expecting, somebody dies or whatever, well, the whole thing would change. And they say that, well, with this storyline, Batman would change forever, in the way he did. Batman's mind, or psychology, I think it's called psychology, yes. The Joker managed to do what he wanted to do, even though that he lost, the Joker won the fight. He lost the war, but, he lost the fight, but the Joker won the fight. Oh yeah, believe me. And it's there. Just read between the lines. You can see that the Joker, he won the fight, especially in that issue number 17. You just have to, if you read it, just sit down and read it again, and you will see what I'm talking about. Now, whether the Batman knows the Joker's identity, well, that's another mind game. That he's playing the same as Joker's name. I guess we're never gonna find out the real identity of the Joker. I guess we're never gonna find out, and I don't think that we're ever going to. I guess they're always gonna keep that. They're not gonna make the mistake to try to, because I believe that the Joker's identity, when the Joker was created, I think they didn't have an identity back then, and they just left it like that, as far as I know. So I don't think that we're ever gonna find out his real identity. I guess that they're gonna keep it that way, which is good. Which is good. You know, keep that secret, and they will keep it because I don't think that nobody on DC knows the real identity of the Joker. Who knows? I think is that way. But it was good. It was good. Issue 17, it was great. So that's a 5 out of 5. And the comic book that I'm going to tell you about is this one. Batman and Robin issue number 17. Check out that cover. Well, this story continues indirectly way from Batman 17. Well, the story goes, well, what the title says, Nightmare City. That's what it is. This is where they show you Alfred, Damian, and Bruce Wayne. After the fight with the Joker, they return to the Batcave and the mansion, and they all decide to go to bed. And everybody's having a nightmare. And the nightmare that they're having is by Joker. So each one of them, that nightmares is about the Joker. You see the nightmare that Alfred has with the Joker. And then you see the nightmare that Bruce Wayne has with the Joker. And also with Damian has a nightmare. But the thing about Damian is that he has like a nightmare. Okay, he's dreaming. How I can explain this? Wait a minute. Okay, Damian went to bed, and then he started to dream. So inside that dream, he's having a nightmare. It's like a dream, or nightmare, or a nightmare, dream, nightmare. Basically, the whole issue goes by nightmare. How they feel, how or what. Yes, how they feel, and you can tell that all of them, at least Damian, Bruce Wayne, and Alfred, they are worried about the Joker. I mean, like I said, in that issue, you get to find out that the Joker, he won the fight, even though that he lost. So the Joker's image, or what he did, is always going to be on everybody's mind, on the Batman family, for a long time. So Batman and Robin issue number 17, it was good. Just basically, just the main characters having nightmares. That's it. It's all about dreams. But all they dream is about the Joker. So just right there, it tells you that the effect that they got from the Joker. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly. Sometimes I'm trying to think, but the words doesn't come out, or the ideas doesn't come out the way I want it to come out. So overall, Batman and Robin is about the consequences of the fight with the Joker. And you can tell right there that they have Jokers on their mind. The Joker left a scar on their mind to each one of the members of the Batman. And you will see that if you're reading all the Batman books, or half of it, or just few of them, you can tell between the lines that they're gonna feel affected by the Joker for a long time. The next one is, so that's a 4.75. Yes, 4.5, Batman and Robin. The next one is Batman Detective issue number 17. Check that out. Nice color. Check that out. Well, this one is about, well, Merrymaker and the League of Smiles. That this is where Batman is trying to discover who's behind the League of Smiles. The League of Smiles that's supposed to be working with the Joker, but they are not working for or with the Joker. The thing is that they use the Joker as an excuse to strike more fear that they can do. So here we get to find out who's behind the mask that you can see on the cover that looks like a fly. Who's behind the mask? Who's the secret? I mean, who's the guy behind the mask, and who's the guy who's pulling on the string, and why and when he's doing what he was doing. It was good. It was really good. I have to say that it was good. You get to find out who was pulling the string, and like I said, this storyline is all about detective. Here you see the skills of detective of the Batman. It was really good. It was good. I really like it. I really like it. And this John Layman, I like his writing. I really like his writing. I really like it. It's not bad. I really like it. So issue 17 of Detective is a 4.5 out of 5. I really like it. Next one is Batgirl issue number 17. Now this is a Batman video. Oh, really? But don't worry, this is the last. I think so. Yeah, this is the last Batgirl. Well, Batgirl number 17. I have to say I love this cover. Check that out. Awesome cover. Well, I have to say that this is about Batgirl, that she has to have a break from, because Batgirl, she went through some hell. After Nightfall, she started fighting the Joker. After the Joker, she's with her brother. Yep, the guy on the cover, that's her brother. And the thing is that you can see that Batgirl, she's right on the edge of exhaustion. She's so tired that she can barely walk, or she can barely sleep. So I mean, she's really beat up. And then her brother came along, tried to kill her, because her brother is a psycho. He likes to kill women. But I don't think that her brother knows that Batgirl is her sister. So I don't know if some of you have read it, so I don't want to spoil too much. But I have to say that it was good. Basically, this is about Batgirl trying to rest from her last two story arc ordeal and deal with her brother. That her brother was working with, kind of like with the Joker, because he kind of like betrayed his sister to get Batgirl, so that way the Joker can do whatever he wanted to do, which it was on issue 17 of the Batman. You see that everything is connected. Everything is connected. Which I like it, the way that they connect the comic books. They connect it in a way that makes sense, not because he's a member of the Batman family, so had to be there. Well, except for not Red Hood. Yeah, Red Hood on the old one. But other than that, Batgirl 17, it was good. And this